Hello, I am Yin, and welcome back to Cemetery Mary. I felt much better after I was fed. Physically better, but I think the emotional toll was also a bit easier to digest. Come on. Come on. Let's head out. Something like that, I think. Trying to remember what all voice I did. Once we get past this point, we should be in the clear. Since we no longer had our own vehicle, Ovidius and I had to find a bus stop. We'd have to take a bus after until we could make a path to wherever it was we were supposed to be going. That's okay, though. I was used to riding the bus. You look tired. No. Don't worry about me. I'm fine. Are you sure? Yes. Are you really sure? I have either a cold, seasonal allergies, or both, so excuse that, please. We'll be on this bus for a while. You can take a nap if you'd like. That doesn't seem safe. What if we run into trouble? Then I'll wake you up. Promise. Promise. I checked my messages with Groven. Still nothing. I can only hope that the reason he wasn't answering was because he was being extra careful, and not because something else was going down. Oh. We've got to get off the bus now. I don't think it'll be much longer. Is this it? Yes, this is it. He had brought me to a white-paneled house in the middle of a cutesy suburban neighborhood, in a city much, much farther from Blackwood than I would have liked to think. Are we supposed to stay here forever? No, not forever. Just for a while. Till we can get things under control. Aren't you happy? Your parents are safe, and you'll get to be with them again. I know. But I like Blackwood. And Groven. Don't worry about Groven. Don't worry about Blackwood. Both of those are my job. And I've never been bad at my job before. I'm going to take care of it. I'm sure you'll be back in Blackwood before you know it. I approached the front door of the house. My parents, who had been missing for so long. They're really right behind this door. Ovidius stood back on the sidewalk. I don't know if it was because he didn't feel like he was pushing himself into the picture, or because he wanted to be able to leave as soon as possible as soon as he saw that I was safe. Everything that's happened, does it really end here? There's only one thing left to do. Lifted my hand to the door and knocked. Once, twice, 3 times. The knob slowly turned, but when it opened... Well, hello, miss. What brings you knocking on our door? Lost your way? Oh, don't be silly. You're here looking for Mommy and Daddy, isn't that right? So sorry. I stepped out for a moment. But we're more than happy to babysit you until you get back. Murray. I was grabbed by the strangers, and they began to cover my mouth with a cloth. It smelled of something I couldn't quite recognize, but I already knew what was happening. Tried calling out to Ovidius, but my mouth was covered. You don't mind if we take her out for a little play date, right? We'll let her go. Yeah, I don't think so. I won't even try reaching for that gun of yours. Unless you're in the mood for a Bloody Mary. Murray, listen to me. It's going to be okay. My vision was beginning to fade. I'm not going to let them hurt you. I promise you that. That was a quick turn of events. I'm good at what I do. Could have been a better one-liner. Oh? The movies. No, that isn't quite right. This is a movie theater. It doesn't look like any one I've ever been in before. The screen is massive, but nothing's playing. Not even any audio. The seats seem to stretch on for miles. I can't tell where they end, or even which row is closest to the screen. And on top of that, there's no one here. Wait, that's not true. Someone is here. It's you. It's... Oh, that's a neat visual. Groven. What's he doing here? Call out. I called out to Groven. But it was as if he didn't hear me at all. Well, I mean, he's kinda got something going on. He's crying. He's crying at the movie. But it isn't playing anything. Can he see something I can't? Call out. I tried calling out to him again. Still, it was as if he couldn't hear me. I don't see how. There's no sound from the screen. And he's not that far from me. Groven, what's going on? Reach out. I reached out to Groven. Except, wait, did I? I can feel my arm reaching out towards him, but I can't see it at all. I tried reaching towards him again. What's happening? Why can't I interact with him? Groven, please. I'm trying to help you. Please, look at me. Groven. Groven. What's happening? Groven. Ooh. Huh? What? Just a dream. Wait. Where is this? I was kidnapped. But this place... Is this a jail cell? Ugh. A jail cell? A real jail cell? I quickly looked around the place. Seems to have been abandoned for quite some time. But they brought me here. Ovidius. I have to get to him. I checked my pockets. Of course, they took my phone. Why wouldn't they? Okay, stay calm. We can find a way out of here. Okay, that's a lot. Check the hole in the wall. Actually, we probably should. Okay. Whatever. There's a large hole in the cell wall. I don't know whether it was purposely made by a frustrated inmate, or if it just began to wear away over time. Either way, it's not going to help me much. Oh, it's got us some exposed pipes. There's not any room for me to be able to fit in there. Even if I could, I'd have no place to go. Cell bars. I tried looking through the cell bars to get a better idea of the area I was in. I seemed to be in a cell at the end of a long hall. Couldn't see anyone in any of the other cells, but I didn't want to risk shouting for anyone in case the wrong person heard me. The only thing I could do, or the only thing I could see at the end of the hall, was a staircase. I mean, it's probably locked, but might as well just check. After all, that's how Houdini was tricked. He didn't remember to check. I tried opening the cell door. It clanged and rattled. Of course it was locked, but I at least had to try. Climbed over to the vent that was on the wall. People escape through vents in movies all the time, right? Even though it was old and rusty, it wasn't giving away anytime soon. There's no way I'd be able to open it on my own. I tried checking around the bed in the cell. Felt as hard as a rock, and even the sheet was covered in a fine layer of rocky debris. Tried looking under it to see if there was any sort of hole or trap door I could sneak through. Of course there wasn't. I tried checking the sink basin for anything that might be useful. Oh, oops. I remembered playing old escape games, and usually the sinks would have something important in them, like a screwdriver or even a key. Not this time, though. Ew. I don't want to get anywhere near that toilet. Besides, even just looking from here, I can see that it's empty. I'd rather not get my arm stuck in a pipe trying to look for something anyways. That's everything? No, that can't be it. There has to be something else I can do. There has to. There isn't any way out. I'm trapped here. I can't do anything. I can't believe this. Croven, Ovidius, Mom, and Dad, they're all in trouble. And for what? Because of me? If they weren't trying so hard to keep me safe. That's so stupid. They're so stupid. None of this would be happening right now if they just... Suddenly, I heard a rattle against the bars. Thought I was finally done for, until I looked up. Okay, so he is a part of Parliament, I suppose. I knew something was going on with him. Reginald? Reginald was here, right in front of me. But how? He was knocking against the bars and gesturing over for me to come closer. Okay, don't stand close enough where he can reach you. Reginald? What are you doing here? I tried to keep my voice down as best I could. How is this possible? How did you know I was here? You're not working with these people, are you? Then, I don't understand. How is it that you're here right now? Am I still dreaming? Why aren't you saying anything? Suddenly, I felt the pressure against my hands. Reginald was pushing something into my hands. Keys? Wait, are these keys to the cell? I don't understand. I mean, thank you, but where did you find these? How did you know I was here? How did you even get here? It's just not making any sense. Huh? Is that a word? Reginald stood up and turned around. Oh, don't you be walking like you're all this stuff. Okay. He began walking toward the exit and waving back at me, as if he was saying goodbye. I didn't understand. What was that? Wait, but these keys. I can't worry about Reginald right now. I have to get out here while I still have the chance. I inserted the keys into the lock on the other side of the door. Come on, come on. Yes! The cell opened. There's no time to waste. If only I knew where I was going. I didn't see Reginald after I left the cell. Nor do I have any idea where he could have went. This place seemed so big and empty. But I knew that couldn't be the case. There had to be people lurking around here somewhere. I just didn't know where. Do you really want to find those kinds of people, though? I tried to listen for them, just in case I needed to hide. But I couldn't hear anything. Just, where is this, anyways? Listen. I tried listening around for anything. Footsteps, talking, anything. If I listen really, really closely, I can hear the sound of something faint. But I can't really discern what it is. Maybe if I get closer. Spect cells. Looked into some of the cells that lined the walls. Wondered if I would see someone else trapped in a similar position to mine. Alas, there were none. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing for me. Each of these cells seemed to be in a similar condition to mine. What they made up for in one area, they were lacking in another. Sure, there was no crack in the wall in this cell, but the toilet was completely missing. Maybe this cell's got a pillow, but the sink is missing its knobs. How does that happen? How long has this place been like this? What am I doing here? Walls. I tried looking for any signs on the walls to help me get a better sense of the area. Of course, I found none. Shouldn't be surprised. This is a jail, not a school. Or is it a prison? How would you be able to tell? What's the difference between a jail and a prison anyways? There's no time to think about that right now, though. Keep moving. Didn't have any time to waste on silly stuff. Okay. I have to keep moving. Either until I find Ovidius, my phone, or a way out. As I continued to move, I began to hear something more clearly. It sounded like the rattling of cage bars. Someone's fighting against them real hard. Then, suddenly, a voice. You think you've gotten away with this? Wait, that's just not it. That's not just any voice, it's... I swear to... When I get out of here, I'm taking this whole place down with you all in it. I can't shout, sorry. Crowfin, I've got to get to him. Following the sound of his frustrated yelling and clanging of metal, I was able to find... Crowfin? Mary? What the... How'd you get here? Wait, before any of that, I think I can get you out of here. I used the keys Reginald gave me in the keyhole for Crovin's cell. They're really... Yes, it opened. Hey. Not bad. When'd you get so dozy? But more importantly, what the hell did you get here? You're not supposed to be anywhere near here right now. Listen, there's a lot to explain, but we need to find a way out of here. What, so soon? You need to find a way out? But I don't think I can leave just yet. What? What are you talking about? We have to leave. Listen, Mary, I know I messed up a little bit. And Ovidius did too, by letting you wind up here. Because of that, I can't just let things keep getting worse. Think of it like this, yeah? When you've got a wasp problem, you just buy a fly swatter. Okay, his whole personality and demeanor has changed. Or do you call an exterminator to take the whole nest out? Croven, what are you even talking about? Don't worry, Mars. I'm gonna stop the problem with this horse. Croven. Croven ran out of the cell. Without me. I guess I'm on my own again, until I can find him. Or anyone. Walked around again, completely lost. I was beginning to wonder if I was wasting my time going in circles, though I eventually made it somewhere else. A different area. There weren't many, if any, cells here. The walls were tiled from floor to ceiling. It was strange. Felt like being in a bathroom. It's the longest, most maze-like bathroom in the world. I wish I knew what kind of area this even was. But, more importantly, I wish I knew how to get out of it. Then I began to hear something again. Talking. There's people talking. Somewhere. I tried to get closer, so I could at least know exactly where they were. Maybe find out what they were planning. But as I peered the corner just to get a glance, I was met with the face of Twyla. Twyla's here? She's talking on the phone, but I can't quite make out what she's saying. She's also talking to someone in front of her, handing her things. She's clearly not in any danger, but no, I don't understand. She held you at knife. She's pretty clearly involved in all this, even since then. Twyla was dedicated to catching the killer, wasn't she? She wanted our city to clean up. So, why is it that... Uh-oh. She spotted me. She's looking me right in the eyes. What do I do? I feel like I could die here. We could die here. So, let's just go ahead and do the most stupid thing we could possibly do and just wave. I waved to her. I don't know why. I mean, what else could I do? I shouldn't have waved. What's wrong with me? Even though Twyla clearly saw me, she did not out me to the person in front of her. Rather, she let me walk on in a different direction. I was finally able to make out the last thing she said on the phone. I'll talk to you later. Twyla hung up her phone and then stood facing me. I watched her from behind the corner a few seconds longer before working up the courage to meet her in the middle. Twyla? What are you doing here? I could ask you the same thing. You're not really involved with these people, are you? I thought you wanted to keep things clean in our city. You hated crime, and that's why... It's all very complicated. I wouldn't expect you to understand. This is why Croven never wanted me around you. He knew that you were with the people who wanted to hurt us. Do you think he's innocent in all this? That he isn't trying to hurt us as well? We simply do what we need to do. As for me, I'm in all this because of my uncle. Your uncle? He's in charge. Then he's just like... But you? You don't have to be involved in any of this. Twyla? Didn't you say it yourself? I want to keep our city clean. Why don't I help you out of this? Wait, really? You don't have to be here. I'll show you the way out. Really? trust me? Even if you don't, Twyla reached out her hand to me. Do you have any other choice? Sure, why not? Grabbed Twyla's hand. Before I could answer her, I'd definitely run away, but I think this is what our protagonist might do. A gunshot rang out through the building. We both turned to face where the noise was coming from. Twyla ran in the direction of the noise, and I followed her. When we got to the destination, without hesitation, Twyla slammed the door open. Source of the sound stood right in front of us. Yeah. Piece of crap. Okay. And that's one for Ma. This is probably on me more than anything. I can't chat right now, so this scene's not going to be as fun, but... Croven, what are you doing? What? What's the matter? I felt like I could throw up. The smell of blood already beginning to permeate through the room. Come on, Mars. Don't give me that look. You should be happy. Happy? How can I be happy over something like this? Because that guy... Because that guy killed my parents. Can't take a life if you ain't prepared to lose your own. Laughing. Well... And what are you laughing at? Groven. It's nothing. It's nothing. I just... Oh, cool, I didn't even have to laugh. Did it for me. Oh, it's just so funny to me. So funny that you thought he was still in control after all this time. And then Mary? I thought I'd have to lie my arse off to her all night when I saw her walking around this dump. Turns out I don't even have to wait that long. It's hysterical to me. Hysterical. We used CG, but fair. That you ever thought he could pull off this crap the way I have. You think that waste of flesh could have ever had it in him to off your parents the way I did? He was too much of a coward to even attempt it. You know what the best part was? It was so easy. Even Mary could have done it if she tried. I've been running the script for years now, you idiot. This is like a whole other super... Cheesy's not the right word. I don't think cliche is either, but this whole thing just feels weird to me now. But I bet you'd never be able to figure that out if it wasn't if I wasn't here yelling it at you right now. So hand over that gun and wipe that stupid look off your face before Mary's head becomes my new jack-o'-lantern for Halloween. Groven carefully approached Twyla. Felt the knife she was holding lightly pressed against my cheek. They did a trade-off. Me for the gun. Then she held it up to both of us. I mean, yeah. I bet you thought you really did something, huh? You know what? Yeah, I guess you did. Too bad it really doesn't matter. Keeping her eyes on us, Twyla pulled out her phone. She typed away on it. A few moments later, someone stepped into the room. I need you to take these guys back to their cells and make sure they don't get out again until I ask for one. Don't kill them, but you're more than welcome to rough them up if they get on your nerves. Is that Ovidius? Yes, ma'am. Or is that just generic guy that also happens to look like him? Grove and I were apprehended by the strange man. Led us out, holding our arms together tightly. Shoved us through the halls, and we caught a glance or two from more of Twyla's goons as goons passing us by. Once we were back into the area that held all the cells, the man finally spoke to us. Was he supposed to be undercover? Ovidius! I thought that was you. I'm so glad. Oh, crap. Hey, Ovidius. Yeah. Hey. What do you think you're doing? Hey, no. I don't even want to hear it right now. We're getting you out of here. All of you. All? Ovidius brought Croven and I down a few cells further, and I could hardly believe my own eyes when I saw... Oh, parents. Mom and Dad. Are they? They're alive. Merely unconscious. We're getting them out of here, and we're all leaving now. Ovidius handed us our phones back. I had a feeling you'd like to see these again also. Whoa, hold on. We're just supposed to leave? This isn't gonna help. Crap. You know what happens if we leave? They just take us prisoner all over again. We're outnumbered here, Croven. Shut up. Stop calling me that. Stop calling me Croven. You're not supposed to be boss to you. What are you trying to do? Put everyone in danger? You told me my job was to protect them, right? That's exactly what I'm going to do. Good. Then do it. Protect them for the moment. But I'm going to ensure they won't need protection anymore. Groven. God damn it. Mary? Are you okay? I've never seen Groven so fired up before. Even when he was angry or frustrated. It wasn't like this. Never like this. Come on. Let's get out of here. Leave? Well, Groven's still in here? If he wants to get himself killed, then I can't stop him. It's like he said. He's my boss. And my order is to protect you, first and foremost. We can't leave. We have to go after him. If we leave, then what's going to happen to him? Mary, we're getting you out of here. Ovidius, can I just... Maybe a lot, but... Can I ask for one last favor? What? Bring my mom and dad somewhere safe. Because I'm not going to lose any more of my family. Mary! Heard Ovidius call out after me. But I couldn't leave like this. I couldn't. Could have at least unlocked your parents' cell first. Tried to follow where I thought Croven would be headed. Though I may have already begun to regret my decision. Heard gunshots once more. Several gunshots. Can talking to ghosts somehow get me out of this one? You probably don't want to fall asleep when there's gunfire nearby. I doubt it. I tried to keep myself as hidden and discreet as possible as I moved through the halls. If I ran into someone... Oh god, I didn't want to think about that. I didn't want to think about what might be happening to Croven right now either. No, it's okay. He's okay. Right now, to my knowledge, Croven is alive. And I'll make sure it stays that way. My goal did not change from when I initially escaped. I was still going to find a way out. And this time, I would make sure Croven made it out with me. I was lucky not to run into anyone as I made my way around. Yeah, this place has terrible security. I suppose Croven was leaving them preoccupied. Since my goal is to get him out of here, I don't know exactly if that's the best thing for me right now. Suddenly, I felt the breeze, the cold chill of the outside, breezing through the halls. Is there really an exit nearby? You were right near the exit. What do you mean you're suddenly just trying to leave regularly again? What is this? Turning down a few more corners, I spotted it. A door, just so slightly ajar, that looks like a freezer, leading outside. Is it a trap? No, it should be. Yeah, no, we literally just ran from an exit with protection to an exit without protection. They only know that Crovan's escaped again, and his goal definitely wasn't to leave. I carefully approached the door and stepped outside. There's no one waiting to trap me, but there was a parking lot. This is the way out. There's a few cars. Yeah, no, she's literally just trying to leave normally. She's not even actually looking for Crovan, but we were literally just with Ovidius at an exit. Okay. Not to make any assumptions, but Crovan might know how to hotwire one of these, right? I walked over to one of the cars, wondering how I might be able to get inside. Will they even notice when it's missing until it's too late? Okay, so she is still looking for him? Placed my hand on the handle of the car and pulled. It was mostly just because of instinct, but the car door opened anyways? That's strange. Despite how odd I found it, I climbed into the front seat. I'm really sitting in this car right now? The keys are still in the ignition too. Yeah, that's not right. A lot about this doesn't seem right. That's really strange. Or, well, maybe not. I guess if you trusted everybody or needed to be able to make a quick getaway just in case, then you wouldn't really feel the need to lock your car doors. Suddenly, I heard a noise in the not so far off distance. It was the door, the one I exited out of. Someone was coming to look for the car. I froze in place. Please don't be this car. Please don't notice me. Please just drive away. But, despite my prayers, it seemed it was my fault for choosing the wrong car. I heard the door of the car click open. Alright. And was met with a shocked expression of Twyla. I think the both of us were too surprised at the sight of each other to say anything. And after what felt like forever, and only a few seconds at the same time, I saw Twyla look back towards the door, and back at me. Screw it. Twyla began to climb over me and into the passenger seat of the car. She definitely doesn't seem like the kind of person who just leave her car doors unlocked. Then, shut that door and get driving. Before I decide you weren't worth sparing. That wouldn't be a shot. I did as instructed. Wait, we know how to drive. As we drove off, she told me where to drive, and I followed her instructions best I could. Not back-talking. Not saying anything. God forbid. She decided I'm not worth sparing. We barely got into the empty road when I heard the screech of tires behind us, and more gunshots to follow so sweet. I almost swerved, but Twyla just yelled at me to drive faster. Cursing. Then, suddenly, my phone went off. Of all times, why now? As soon as it did, Twyla once again yelled at me to keep driving. She buried her hands into my pockets and pulled out my phone. She declined whoever it was that was calling, and instead made her own phone call. Hey, Mary's the one driving the car, so unless you want her brains to wind up on the inside of the windshield, I'd stop chasing us. Then she threw my phone out the window. I looked into her rearview mirror. The car that was following us began to slow, and then completely stopped. If that was far, I could have sworn that it was Crovan who got out of the car. As I drove off, I wished I could have been in that car, instead of the one I was trapped in right now. We drove in quiet. Or at least I did. She just sat behind me, pointing the gun in my direction the entire time, barking out a direction or lane change, or I would have to make every now and again. Drive was incredibly dark. In two ways. Well, and if it weren't for the vibrant streetlights that dotted the road every now and again, I might not have been able to see anything. I drove as safely as I could, with the little light that I had, and with the ever-present threat of Twyla's gun. She wouldn't really shoot me, right? She couldn't. Also, being a supposed mob boss, why does she only ever walk around with a knife and never a gun? She couldn't. I was driving. If she shot me, then she'd be risking her own life too. So, maybe it's okay to talk to her. Or you could try and serve off a cliff or into a lake. I guess someone else could head the organization, but like, it's something. Even if this Twyla is entirely different from the person I thought she was, you met her 3 times. Twyla? What? She didn't sound happy, or patient. Who are you? That's a stupid question. Who are you? Who is anyone? Doesn't matter. Doesn't change anything right now. I can't even fathom. Why would you want to do something like this? Like what? Like being the head of a criminal organization? Why? Why does anyone do anything? Because you can. Because I could. I run a lie like something different. I like power. And this gives me power. And I already know what you're thinking. Any of the other ways to obtain power aren't quite as fun as this. Twyla. These are almost the same thing. Let's just go with the first one. Were you going to kill Croven? Turn out this right. I followed. Sweet. Traffic light was green, so I just sped through before it could change again. You haven't seen a single other car on these roads. To answer your question, it was the plan. Wipe him out and then be done with it already. He's been causing us so much trouble after all. Wouldn't it be easier to just have him out of the way? But then I realized, if I could control him, it'd be much more worthwhile than killing him. So I've kept him alive. Is that why you kidnapped him? No. That's why I've kidnapped you. We continued to drive for a long, long time. As we did, I noticed the surroundings start to become familiar. Before too much longer, I realized we were entering Blackwood once again. Keep driving until I tell you to stop. I did as she instructed. I drove slower, following her increasingly confusing instructions. Then right, then left, then straight, then left again. Till she had me park the car on an unfamiliar street. She then got out of the car, pointed her gun at me the entire time. I guess it was in case I tried to escape. Ooh, so spooky. Look, I'm sorry. This is on me. If the way I'm going about this is making it worse than it really is. She opened up my door and grabbed me by the wrist. Get up. As soon as I exited the vehicle, Twyla began running with me in tow. Spammed? You're here. felt myself tripping over my own 2 feet as I struggled to keep up with her speed. I thought about yelling, but the threat of her violence prevented me from doing any of the things I would have liked to do. Couldn't exactly see where we were running to so quickly in the dark. Until we approached the gates. We're at the cemetery. I didn't say anything as Twilight dragged me inside and ran through. She moved me with purpose. She had a specific location in mind. But she couldn't possibly be running towards the mausoleum. The only place in the cemetery I never had access to. But she does? Alright, this'll be more interesting. I heard an unlocking sound. Come on. She grabbed me once again and began pushing me through the double doors. Even though inside was an immediate staircase down. I heard her lock the doors behind us and then hurry me down the stairs. When we got to the bottom, what is all this? Underneath the mausoleum was this strange bunker. Okay, not what I was thinking, but for how long? Was it always like this? Was anyone ever kept here at all? Twyla ran straight up for the computers in the back and I followed her. Okay. Either she's been bluffing and that gun's never been loaded, or she's actually an idiot. She typed rapidly, and I couldn't understand what she was doing. Though, to be fair, Mary isn't the kind of person who'd so much as threaten someone who even literally just tried to kill her and her family multiple times over. So, but still, you don't want to... Okay. She typed rapidly, and I couldn't quite understand what she was doing. But she also left her gun on the chair. She just left it. Did she realize... I mean, we've only got one option. Why would she do anything else? Before she could realize what she did, I picked up the gun from the chair. She turned to face me as I pointed it at her. Oh. And what do we have here? Twyla, I can't let you do this. What's that? You can't let me do this. What are you going to do? Are you going to shoot me? If what? Come on, Mary. We both know that you'd never forgive yourself if you did. But, if you insist, then I'll give you an open shot. Okay. Really? It might just be my fault. That just isn't kind of my story or direction, personally, but this whole thing has felt like a dream sequence. Like... Okay. Well, what are you waiting for? Go on then. Try it. I mean, who knows how many people you've killed? Shooter. I want to start by saying I didn't aim at anything vital. I would never ever do that. I aimed at her legs, and I attempted to pull the trigger. Nothing happened. I tried again. Okay, yeah. Still, nothing. I don't understand. Here, let me show you something. Tyler took the gun from my hands and pointed at her head. Empty. Yeah, okay. But still, big show. And look, that can be interesting, but just given like the earlier tone set of this game, those moments I've always just felt so out of place. At least to me. What? Did you really think I'd run from a fight if I wasn't out of ammo? Thanks for being in that car, though. Saved me a few extra steps in my new plan. You're leaving me down here? Oh, don't worry. I'll be back for you soon. I've just got some stuff to take care of first. So just be a little patient. Take the time to say goodbye to the cemetery you love so much. She walked up the stairs, and soon I heard the door unlock and lock again. Should I have gone after her? Would it have changed anything if I did? I tried to get out, to find anything that could help me, but it wasn't of any use. The corkboard didn't have anything on it, I understood. The computers are password protected. Those doors up there wouldn't budge, even if I ran myself into them. Everything that's happened just ended up with me trapped again. Didn't help anything in the end. I'm right back to where I was. Is this a sign? Should I just stop trying to do anything? Am I just only going to make it worse? Guess that's not so different from how it usually is, huh? Alright, don't do this. What's that so bad for anyways? If they die, that just means they get to be with us. Okay. That's too much of a discussion to go into. I won't. What's scary about that? That isn't the point. I know you're worried, but it seems like you've done all you can. Whatever happens, aren't you happy it'll be over soon? No. I can't be. I mean, how do I even know this is what the afterlife is really like? You're talking to us, aren't you? But, are you even real? How do you mean? We wouldn't be here if we weren't real. I guess. I don't know. I don't want to come back here. For a different reason than usual. Oh, you poor little thing. You don't belong here. Huh. Why are you here again? It's because of that silly little book, right? That stranger kept talking, and as he approached me, it was as if the world around the two of us began to distort. And all I could comprehend was him, and me. Death is a unicorn. But you know something. Truth be told, I think you could have made it here without that stupid thing. What are you talking about? What are you? I think you've always had that ability. You just didn't realize it. Though, I suppose that is partially my fault, isn't it? It's no wonder you like the cemetery so much. Please, slow down. I'm having trouble understanding. Ah, that's right. I'm going off on a tangent. Okay, the voice I'm doing. Very different from what I thought I should have, but until I get a better idea, I think I'll just keep it. Forgive me. I often forget what it's like to talk to people. I just wanted to offer you some help. Get you out of this little predicament that you're in. Help? You can help me? You can help me? But how? This is just a dream. Nothing here can change what's happening out there. Oh? I wouldn't be so sure about that. Don't you believe that anything is possible? By now, you've surely seen it for yourself. Then, how do you plan to help me? That is a secret. But I can promise you, I can make it happen. It just needs A bit of a push, that's all. A push? I just need a little bit more power to be able to make it happen. This power you have, well, I think it should do just fine. Huh? What do you mean? Your ability to travel to this world. Receive glimpses of it from the outside. If you give it to me, I can help you in exchange. I can just give it to you? Precisely. Maybe this voice is good. Then, if I do that, I won't be able to come back here though, right? No, you won't. But you want to save your family, right? Yes, of course I do. Then, do we have a deal? If you really can fix it all, then yes, of course we do. Wonderful. I'll see you later, dear. I woke up to the sound of something incredibly loud. Alright, well, I think I'm going to have to leave it there, as I don't have as much time today. Alright, all the, like, more extravagant scenes, I still find kind of confusing. I'm not sure how it fits together quite yet. We'll still see where it goes. I kind of like that scene, honestly. I feel like maybe it should have been built up to differently, since we had that whole, shoot me, I dare you thing, like 10 seconds beforehand. Which feels a bit, like, odd to me, personally, but again, we'll just have to see where it all goes in the end, before I make any quote-unquote official decisions. But anyway, thank you all for watching, as usual. And hopefully, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye. For now.